talk about,
You're socialist. It's all gold and money for you, isn't it? I mean, you still haven't told me how much money you got paid for your protest today.
I've actually never been paid anything. I'm
You told
a
me
volunteer.
you got thousands of dollars.
No, we raised money so that we could
How
pay
much
for
money?
things.
Did you get paid in silver or gold?
I want to talk about how destructive Barrick's mines are across the world and how unnecessary this evil is.
Well,
and so
apparently
I'm going to
20,000
talk about
people in Tanzania prefer to work for them than not. You want to put 20,000 poor people out of work because you don't have to work. You get
Barrick
free money.
employs 20,000 people globally, and it was 40,000 that was displaced for just one of their mines in Tanzania.
Well, you're forgiving me if I don't believe you, Sakura, because you're not being very honest about where you get your money from. I think you might even... Are you even working for one of Barrick's competitors? Do you work for another gold company that you're trying to trash talk Barrick? Seriously, if you won't tell me who you work for, why would I think you don't work for a competitor to Barrick Gold?
I have not received grants for multiple years, but when I did receive grants...
From whom? What gold company pays you to attack Barrick?
It was from a United States NGO.
Which one?
And I don't want to tell you the name of it, but I don't receive funding from them anymore so I think it's slightly irrelevant.
So who paid for all this today? Who paid for these folks? Who pays for you?
Honestly,
yeah, that'd be nice.
Nobody pays for this stuff because we're all volunteer.
So why are you attacking one company? If someone kept attacking Coke and not Pepsi, you would say, gee whiz, maybe you're working for Pepsi. You're attacking Barrick Gold, but no one else. I think you might be working for a competitor of Barrick.
I attacked Goldcorp too. Just 2 weeks ago at a Goldcorp mine in Guatemala, a person was targetedly assassinated. It was joint owned by Goldcorp and Tahoe Resources.
You hate Canadian gold companies, but you've never criticized a gold company owned by Russia or China or another dictatorship. So you're right, let me correct myself. You only hate Canadian companies, right? Because you're paid by Americans.
No, actually,
you told me you were paid by Americans.
I've protested Newmont Gold as well, which is a U.S. mining corporation. And the reason is because gold, there's systemic issues with gold. It's not just Barrick, it's not just Goldcorp.
So do you work for a silver company?
Industry,
what do you think of silver?
The entire, gold mining, I know most about gold mining, but also the tar sands is also extremely corrupt and destructive to the environment.
What do you mean by it's corrupt?
I mean that the tar sands have a very, very influential lobby that is corrupting.
Who's corrupt?
You are. You are.
How am I corrupt?
Oh, you're Mr. Ethical Oil.
Yeah, but that's an opinion. That's not corruption.
I believe that you are a completely biased journalist.
You are corrupt.
Pretty much
the industry's corrupt. Who in the industry is corrupt? Who's the corrupt lobbyist? Let me know.
The National Energy Board is corrupt. Stephen Harper is corrupt.
Okay, who's corrupt on the National Energy? How are they corrupt? You can't. I mean, if you just mean you don't like them, you should say that. But you say they're corrupt. I want to root out corruption. Who's corrupt at the National Energy Board?
The people at the National Energy Board are former oil, executives. They're people that are on the side.
Name me one.
I actually don't even want to talk about...
I don't think you have a bloody clue. You just said the National Energy Board's corrupt. You said there's a former oil executive on it. I asked you who, and all of a sudden you say you don't want to talk about it. I think you're making stuff up, Sakura.
I'm not making it up, and you can look it up.
No, I don't want it. You're supposed to be the expert. You just said the tar sands, it's what you call the oil sands. You say they're corrupt. You say that there's someone on the National Energy Board who's corrupt. I want to know who, because I want to root them out.
I think the important thing is how they're corrupt, and how they're corrupt is they completely ignore the interventions of every non-industry intervener in the National Energy Board hearings for Line 9.
So then you don't actually mean corrupt, do you? You're sort of walking down from that point. I'm glad you are. Hey, last question, because I'll let you get back to your thing. When we last spoke, you said you lived in Toronto at your in-laws, but then I heard you on the radio saying you had moved to Ottawa. Which is the truth?
I am moving to Ottawa next month. And obviously, I'm still here, and, I live with my in-laws.
And how are you going to sustain yourself in Ottawa if you're not living with your in-laws anymore?
It's none of your business.
I think you're being funded by a foreign funder again, aren't you?
I'm against all open pit gold mining around the world.
Yeah, but you didn't ask
around the world.
Last time we spoke, you said you're so poor you live with your in-laws, but now I find out the contrary to what you told me. You're actually living in Ottawa. You're organizing some big left-wing protest. Who's paying you to do that? Who's paying your living expenses? You said you were so poor you had to live with your in-laws. Now I realize that's not true. What's the truth?
The truth is that gold mining is an unnecessary evil.
I don't think you
need
want
to
to
mine
tell
it
me.
anymore.
You're on the payroll. I think, Sakura, I think you're corrupt.
I think that I am not going to let someone biased like you control the debate when I am here as a volunteer, standing with impacted
You're not a
communities.
volunteer. You're lying again. You told me you take foreign money. Why don't you just tell me who's paying you? I'll put it on TV. I'll let you speak in your own words. Who is paying you to destroy Canadian jobs?
Nobody is paying me to protest gold and these gold mining companies like Barrick. I'm
Well,
doing
you already
this
told me in our
because-
last discussion that you got money for things like websites. I want to know what foreign entity is paying you to destroy Canadian companies. You're keeping it a secret because you're embarrassed.
No, I told you that I did receive donations to pay for things like plane
From
tickets.
whom? From whom?
It's none of your business.
Well,
you
why is it-
honestly,
why are you
you're an
keeping it
enemy
secret?
of
You're-
mine.
Okay, what
I'm an
I don't
enemy.
want to
The real
disclose
issue.
the real
The
issue.
real issue is that they're forcing industrialization on
What's your
sovereign
name?
First Nations.
What's your name?
My name is Atde Garlo Akwix,
And where are you from?
Kanakahaka.
And what are you doing here?
I'm here because I'm very concerned. I'm also a representative. I have spoken in the past. For
Representative
Barracks
whom?
For against barracks. I am a representative and I have been in the past for the Shoshone Nation.
Are you an elected elder there or a band counselor?
No, I'm not. I'm not a government employee. No.
So when you say you're a representative, you just sort of appointed yourself a representative.
No. I was appointed by them about 5 years ago.
Appointed by whom?
To gather information by the Shoshone Nation.
So-
and really,
so
hang
the-
on, I'm not going to argue with you.
Well,
but
no,
all
I'm just
I
trying to
wanna-
figure out who you are.
Sure,
because
I live
think
in
you're full of
Toronto.
shit.
Sir,
Excuse me? I think you're full of shit.
Then I'm not talking to you because you're an asshole.
May I comment?
What? Let's hear from you.
Everyone stop talking to Ezra.
My name is
Everyone
Ryan
stop
Chachek.
talking to Ezra.
I'm from London, Ontario. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm a student at UWO campus. I'm here today because I watched a video in 2008 about a young Indigenous campesino woman in Guatemala being evicted from her homelands for the Hudson Bay Mineral Corporation. And it's haunted me.
already.
Hold on, sir.
Nice to
It's
meet you
haunted
guys.
me for years, and
Yeah,
that's
what
why
are
I'm
you
here
doing?
today, as a matter of fact.